Welcome back. We have earlier talked in our intro about image consultancy. The image consultants now, or this particular profession, is including many walks of life. It's not only closed or entitled to professionals on TV, on screens, celebrities, TV personalities, or people who are famous. No, it's also spreading to entrepreneurs. It's spreading to professionals. It's spreading to business tycoons. Spreading to intellectuals, maybe whoever who is facing society and talking to the media need an image consultant. And we're very delighted. Who else better to talk to us about image consultancy better than Abeer Ansary? She's one prominent image consultant, and she's going to talk to us about the details about this profession. And we're going now to find out more details about it. Hello, Mr. Ansary.
Hello, darling.
Thank you very much for joining us. First of all, image consultancy, is it a new field to Egypt, to the professional market, or is it something that has been there?
No, it has been for a while, but yes, the necessity of it, they just started now to understand the strengths of it in their life. But it has been around. I've been here in this country for 12 years. I've been working with businesswomen and businessmen under wardrobe and their look. I worked with a couple of politicians, so they do know. But they thought nowadays it started to be more recognizable.
Yes. So is it about professional work like businessmen and politicians, or it's also about celebrities?
No, it's with everybody. Let's take, for example, somebody wants to apply for a job. Just normal guy or a girl wants to do their first interview. They need somebody to point out for them what to wear, how to talk, their body language, what do they need to apply for the job. So all these kind of things, it's just normal people, they will need it.
Very good.
Right, Mrs. Ansary, you're commanding one of the most important professions now in the world, because you are creating images for people, even for normal people.
Yeah.
You just mentioned a very important item or a very important phrase, which is when I'm applying for a job.
Yes.
Probably I could dress up in a way that I could think that I saw in a model wearing, or I saw in a window display. But when
it's not suitable at all for the job that you're applying for.
So how do you advise people? And do you run an agency? So
yes,
you could assist people like
yes,
us?
I can coach them. If they come to me, depends what they want, what's their goals in life. We do achieve what they want in their life. For instance, somebody applying for a bank job, but he's in the same time, he's an artist and he loves to express himself, and he goes and put a couple of tattoos on his body and everything. This is a no-no area. He should, when he goes to the interview, should cover up all his hands or whatever the tattoo is, because in that field they are more conservative there. There is no choice of showing your artistic self there. So that sort of things.
Yes.
People who goes in seminars, normal people who's employed, and they go to seminars, they cannot produce or cannot give you what's the idea they need to give it to you. They need somebody to coach them, how to talk to people, how to look in their eyes, how to grab people's attention. All this comes in coaching. What to wear. And it helps people to understand what they want in seminars.
Yes, it reminds me of a story that I've seen on the internet about a mayor in New York. This
Yes.
guy is wearing a bandana and he's having tattoos all over his body. He's
Yes.
very huge.
Yes.
And he's wearing shorts all of the time.
Yeah.
And they were asking people, who is this person? Who
Yes.
do you think he is? So
Yes.
some people thought he's a convict.
Yes.
And others thought he's like, someone who's is riding bikes and
That's right. Yeah, a biker. Yeah.
a biker. But eventually it turns out that he is one of the best mayors
Yes.
in the United States.
Yes.
A lot of people loves him.
Yeah.
So the image here might give you
A
an
false,
extreme false
yes.
perception about the person.
Exactly, exactly.
So whose fault is this?
He did not employ us. He should have looked for a good, at
Image
least
consultant.
at least to just give them a pointer. You know, he appealed after working there. He appealed to a normal, simple American guy.
Yes.
Because this is one of the goals of our consultancy, to give, especially people who's running for parliament or running for to be a president or so, you need to give the appeal of honesty, down to earth, normal, that you are close to the people who vote for you.
Yes.
So this of course goes into that. Maybe he conquered one bit of it by being just a normal guy.
Yeah.
That helped him for his voters, but he needed, of course, to be the look of reliable person and more conservative. That is somebody who can internationally present them as well, not just nationally.
Yes.
Tell me, Mrs. Ansary, probably you have worked with people who were, for you, were special cases or were difficult cases, complicated cases. You had a lot to do with them. Tell us about these stories, or you could rather, in other words, you could tell us about the do's and don'ts, the 1, 2, 3 of how to be a presentable person. If you would like to face an audience, you would like to impress people of your looks, regardless of any fashion. I mean, what are the steps to be able to present yourself at its best?
It all depends on what you want to do, because it's vary. It's not just one thing. It depends what is it you want to present. If you are in a company, it's different when you are in university. It's different when you are going to...
Let's talk about TV anchors, for example.
Right, right. Coloring and style, and it's very important for TV presenters, and it depends on your program. What do you present? Is it a casual program, or is it only politic program? Your hairstyle would go into this, the way you talk, the speed that you are talking, all this comes into it. So
no, it's not only a wardrobe.
No. Image consultant gives you a trip to the career that you want in all all around aspect. Not just how can I look, what color suiting me, how is my haircut and the color. No, it's not just makeup, and it's all over. It's inside and out.
Yeah. So this brings us to an important point, which is, the thin line between creating a false image.
Yes.
Or a true image represented in a better way.
Can you rephrase that? I didn't hear
it. So for politicians, for example,
right?
If he's a good politician,
yes,
and he's going to be supporting people,
yes,
but he lacks the experience of presenting himself well,
yes,
as an honest man,
yes,
as a good and kind and helpful person,
yes, you have to train him.
You have to train him on that.
Yes.
So there is a thin line beyond, extending that to creating a false image for maybe a bad politician.
Right. This is...
And, with the cleverness of image consultancy, it turns out to be
of course,
the best option.
He can win.
Exactly.
And he's not the right person. I can understand that. But this is
for us.
This is his role. This is what he wants to accomplish.
Exactly.
So we work with what he wants to accomplish.
To achieve.
Not
with his true identity.
Yes, but we try. With constant, when we do coaching, we sit and study the person in front of us and see, because I cannot just give you the look that I want and I see is good and suitable for you. It needs a bit of your personality to come into it, and your liking as well, so it becomes a true. So I'm not totally away from the personality. I must show a little bit of the personality. Of course, normal people, but politician, I must just comply with whatever image they want.
A very clever answer and diplomatic. Obviously you work a lot with politicians. So let me ask you about the tips from an image consultancy perspective.
For whom? The tips?
Yeah, we needed general tips.
Right.
What is the things that you would advise? This is an open free consultancy session for people.
But it is very
I know
wide
it's very
range.
wide and broad, but again, you would be knowing that, you know, there are ways to smile, to show if you are a kind person,
right? Of course,
or not. So you know the tips, you know the science of it.
Everybody to be himself. If they lack, some people they are a little bit shy. They have to work on themselves. Everybody should work on themselves to show their abilities to the max, because we are in a very competitive life and nowadays,
That's
really.
True.
So we do have to work a little bit more on ourselves, really.
This is a very good advice to the youth, because the youth, with the population and with, you know, the severity
they are
of the
ruling
economic,
in a couple of years.
of course they will. We hope so.
Yes.
But today, with the economic conditions and with the competitiveness, like you mentioned, an image would give the edge.
It's very important.
Let's take it from you, Sharif, and go to another walk of life, which is, for example, if I'm running an interview.
If
I'm running an interview, I mean, or I'm applying for a job,
right?
And I need to impress whoever.
She's telling you her secrets now.
Yeah, okay.
And I need to impress whoever.
Yes.
I mean, for whatever. And probably I have a character that I'm introvert. I'm not very social or something.
Right.
So regardless of what should I wear, how should I be acting? How should my body language, the signals? What signals?
A lot of signals you can give away while you are talking. First of all, you always have to look onto the eyes, because this gives the person in front of you that you are confident. You know what you are, and you are presenting yourself honestly. This is always, it's not a trick, but this is the norm for people who wants to show that they are confident. The body language, the way you sit, never sit like this. I think everybody, it's a knowledge now, that couple of movement you shouldn't do in interview or when you are talking. Not to look away when you are talking. Not to have a word. I don't know the English word for it, lazma. I don't know how do you explain. Sometimes
repetitive.
Repetitive word.
There is a word which they keep saying it in between. You have to get rid of that. Tape yourself at home and see how you talk, how you read things. That sort of things helps. And at the end, just be yourself. Try to make a little bit of homework on people that you are interviewing. See what they like and what they don't like. See what's their interest. Talk about their interest when you are having interview with them. Always this capture the heart of your interviewer.
So without mentioning names, can you give us an interesting story for you as a consultant with maybe a politician, a businessman? How was this interesting story about, you know, discussing with them, transforming the image?
Yeah, I won't say a story. I would just say that when I work with people, men is more difficult to work with. Because
yeah, you have to say
for one, it's not, no, I don't have to say that, but it's just they have the full in themselves that they know more. And they know best.
Yeah,
exactly. So it is very difficult to work with men to convince them we know too. And this is a science. Our work is based on a science been going on for years, since the ancient Chinese. So please consider us and please believe in us, because we do know, we have the experience to help you. And this is what I say to them when I see the signs, because some of them, they have very strong signs. That sort. Sometimes they just unlucky that the people who runs for something and I'm helping them to pull out before, and you don't see your expertise come into success with them. That sort of things usually bugs me off.
Right, tell me about women.
Women,
what are the disadvantages?
Yeah,
the pros and cons
women, they're so easy to work with, especially businesswomen or businesswomen or normal ladies, and because they do they do value good advice, let's put it this way. I work sometimes, because I have another association, works with divorcee women and men, and a lot of advice I give, and this is sort of part of my free work, I do it with them to make them ready to go back to work environment after being away with children and divorce and all the sort of thing. And it's satisfying in a way when you find that you can help people in that sort.
Amazing. You're doing a great job, Abeer Ansary, and
thank you.
I guess you'll be changing a lot in society.
I hope so.
Hopefully, and we hope to have you again on Nile Cruise. Many thanks to you.
Thank you.
Wish you the best of luck with all your endeavors.
Thank you for having me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Let's move now to Cruise Online and returning back with more, so stay with us.